Hello, people. Today I wanted to share with you my secrets for writing short stories with the hope that it will inspire you and help you to write short stories if you're stuck in any way or confused about how to write short stories. So the first thing I do is I start with a title, and I have now more titles than short stories. I have a long list of titles that I've been keeping for years, and these things just come to me, and I don't necessarily know what the story is, but I think, oh, that's an interesting title, so that's probably a short story, and I write it down. So that's the first part of it, is breaking through that piece of like, oh yeah, I'll remember that, because probably you won't, and it will evaporate. So when you get an idea like that, consider it a gift, and you need to go and write it down. You can speak it into your phone or write it down somewhere, a piece of paper, but capture it when you have the idea. That's so important, because you don't want to be thinking the next day, oh, I can't remember what that was. It was so good, and now it's gone. I can't remember it. That's happened to me and happens to a lot of people. So keep that list of short story titles that you will always have. And an example of one would be if you watched the other video about how I asked AI to write a short story. That was a title I came up with, Candace in a Candy Store with Mike on a Bike. So there's a story in there somewhere. Apparently the robots can't figure it out, which is good, but maybe someday I will. And if you'd like to take that short story title and make a short story out of it, you're more than welcome to, because I want to help you write. So start with, writing fiction is like lighting a fire. There's many different ways to do it, right? You can rub two sticks together, or you've got a flint thing, or you go to the stove or a cigarette lighter or whatever, right? There's different ways to get the fire started. This is just the way I do it, and hopefully it will help you. So start with the short story idea, which the title just comes to me and I write it down, right? Then I have to backfill. Well, what is this about? And I start thinking about it. And for some reason, I guess this is my thing. I can do it. I can't build rocket ships or code or, so many things I'm not good at. Playing guitar, not good at that. But for some reason, these stories come to me. These characters come to me. So I want to help you get unstuck. So start with the title and then work backwards from there. Ask yourself, what is this about? Who are the characters here? And what happens? And just sit with yourself in a quiet place and start asking the universe, here's the title, what is the story about? And it will come to you. It really will. The other thing is that people often ask, well, how long should a short story be? The way I think of it is, a short story is as long as a story that you would tell at the dinner table at dinner, if you're having dinner with your friends, right? So if you spoke it out, it might be 5 or 10 minutes long, but if you wrote that out, it would be whatever it is, right? So it's not the novel, the long form, it's a short story. Right? So the other thing that always helps, and you may know this by now, is buy the short story collections, by America's Best Short Stories, by other short story collections, by Updike, Carver, Cheever. Those people are so great at writing short stories, and read them and steep yourself into that, and you just say, oh, okay, I see how they do this now, and I get it. And you don't need to copy them so much, but Hemingway's another one who has great short stories. But you want to get your body of short stories out there. And if you don't write the short stories, and I don't write the short stories, honestly, I don't know who's going to write them. The robots, we don't want to leave it to them. We need to continue to write short stories from our brains, from our minds, from our creativity, from our human essence, and put them out there on the page. So start with the title. Then if you don't get the idea for the story, that's okay. Get another title, and that might be more obvious to you. And make time every day or every week to sit. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to be purposeful about writing. You're going to have to make time to go to your place where you write and actually sit there for an hour. and start writing. That's the only way it's going to happen. If you put your butt in the seat and start writing it, you're the writer, so you can do it. And, you know, that's really how I do my short story writing. I make time to do it. I put deadlines on myself. I put pressure on myself to think, you know, what is this title that I have here? What is the story behind it? And I never just want to wing it. I want to make it as good of a short story as I can. And I have my own internal parameters of like, that's an easy passage or an obvious passage. I don't go for that. I try to make it more clever, more complex, more enjoyable for the reader. So really put the effort into it. And I know you can do it. If you're the writer, then you know what I mean. So go for it that way. So that's essentially what I do. Start with the title, like another title that you might, example is we had one called Bulletproof Crush. Bulletproof Crush, While I Am Here, you know, just whatever title comes to you. Another way that sometimes happens is scenes sometimes come to me, characters and scenes, or characters themselves will. If I close my mind, a character will walk onto the stage in my mind, and I'm sitting a few rows back in this old auditorium, and there's this old gray wooden stage, and from the shadows comes this character and stays center stage, and that character introduces themselves to me and tells me, Joe, I'm here. This is who I am. This is why I'm here. And this is the situation that I'm in. And I'm counting on you, Joe, to write the story. So that happens to me a lot. They introduce themselves. They tell me who they are. And it's up to me to help them get free from the stage in my mind out into the world. So I hope that helps you too. So we need to do it. We need to be writers. I don't know what else more. I encourage you to do it. I'm hoping to inspire you to do it. Don't be afraid of what other people are going to think. Just do it. Do it yourself. Don't use AI, please. Just, you know, use your mind. If you have to use AI, then, I mean, you could finish your story and you could use AI for grammar or spelling if you wanted to. I think that's fair. But to say to it, you know, make it better, or I'm stuck with this passage, what do you recommend? I'm not going to do that. Anyway, here's my old homeschooling mug. Tom Bukovac. Tom, I hope to meet you someday. Shake your hand. Give you a hug if you would accept one. Okay, people, I think that's it for today. I just wanted to stop by here and inspire you to write. I need you to write. Please write. And I'm grateful. And you're doing great. And do something good for yourself. Do something good for other people. And be peaceful. All right, off I go. I'm Joe from Vox Victoria. Bye now. Watch out. Watch out.